When she was kind of swept away for the NICU, I really thought like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? How is she going to eat? Being a first-time mom, there's just so much about delivery and pregnancy and motherhood that you just don't know about. My name is Rachel Lawton. I am both a milk recipient and a milk donor, and I have a beautiful baby girl named Eloise, who is 9 months old. When she arrived, she had rather low blood sugars, so she was swept away pretty quickly. But then they were worried about an infection, so they had her stay just a little bit longer. And so for that reason, she was given donor milk during her stay. I think with Eloise, it just gave her the best start to life. Especially with the potential of having an infection. Maybe she did, but the donor milk was just the absolute, perfect medicine for her that we beat it before we even left. Impact of having donor milk was just a stress-free beginning to motherhood and life for Eloise. So when she was taken to the NICU, I got quite scared actually, thinking that, this is the end of our breastfeeding journey. We hardly got to even begin. But then when the doctors had asked if I wanted to use donor milk, it was absolutely a no-brainer. I just wish I would have known it was available. Going into delivery, knowing that if my baby gets taken to the NICU, that is going to be an option for us, because I think I would have went in very differently. I had a very long labor. It was upwards of about 40 hours with 4 hours of pushing. So it's really not a surprise. My baby had low blood sugars when she arrived. And during that whole time, you're just thinking all of these what ifs that can happen. So if I had known that donor milk was an option, I think it just would have been one less what if to think about during that period of time. I had talked with the NICU nurse a little bit about it, and I remember she said oh, this was probably coming from a few different moms, and they all have pretty established supplies, and so they have really fatty milk. And I was just floored and blown away at how wonderful it is. And just thinking to myself, gosh, I really hope one day that can be my milk on the counter of another NICU room for a special baby. Just helped give more meaning to my breastfeeding journey. There's certainly times, feeding a 9-month baby that you're I don't know if I can keep doing this. You're biting me, you have lots of teeth, you won't sit still. For any number of a reason, breastfeeding is really difficult. It's undeniably difficult and challenging. It's beautiful, but it's also a sacrifice. And so for me, becoming a donor made my breastfeeding journey just that much more purposeful, that I was feeding my baby and I was pushing through for my baby, but I was also doing it for so many others.